Oh, I see Volt choosing to stop by once again. It seems he was right after all. Who was right? It's safe to assume that you've been left with a message for us too? That's right, I'm not permitted to say who from. Unfortunately, make your way to the airport for stays. I shall await you there. I ask to tell you all. So your next destination is the airport. They must be having fun dragging us all over the place. The attitude of this message kinda reminds me of a certain someone too. Doesn't matter where it is from, we're gonna have to head over there to clearing things up. Yeah, let's just make sure we're ready before we head out. Beim Airport. Also warte, das war da hinten. Hab ich gespeichert? Going through will take us to the airport, right? Doesn't see any stuff around. That's probably due to the flight restrictions. Gate looks be open just enough for us to enter too. Should we? Ja, los. Oh. Ich hab ein bisschen zu schnell weggedrückt. Egal, wir gehen da jetzt hin. Message clear. Okay, der Airport ist größer als er ausschaut. Da vorne steht wer. Aber wer? Ich glaube, der war blond. War das? Ist das der Schuss? Jetzt ist er natürlich weg, ihr Säcke. Wow, Barrida Airport is nice as I pictured this being. My first time visiting it as well. Suppose this must be an airliner? Yeah, it's a medium-sized passenger airline made by the Reinford Company. It's really quiet though. I've been waiting for you. Ugh. And who might you be? It was sent here to deliver a message. You see that airship right here? Make your way to the launch on the 3rd floor. Post haste is what I was told. Ah, well, not like we have any bad ideas. Let's go. Yeah. Was ist jetzt rot? Ich hätte jetzt gedacht, die Tür wird rot und dann ist sie zu. Das airship is massive. Indeed, also it's naturally couldn't hope to compare to the Courageous in terms of size. We were instructed to go to the 3rd floor lounge. But please stay on guard, there's no telling who personally calling us is. Or what they have in mind. Right. This is our floor lounge. Should we go straight inside? Go inside.
You certainly took your time.
Ah, ich doch, ich wusste.
Eustace!
I suspected it was you.
How long did you intend to make me wait? I have wondered whether you would even bother to show up.
Do you know how much trouble you made us go through to get here?
There are eyes everywhere in this city. It would have drawn too much attention for you to come here directly. That was just my way of looking out for you. Perhaps you could try thanking me.
Okay, my turn! Aw, why'd you move out of the way?
Because you were trying to hug me, obviously.
Oh, come on. You know you want to.
At least you're well. That's what matters. It really is great to see you again, Eustace.
The same to you. I'm impressed you were able to overcome the many ordeals you've no doubt faced to make it this far. But should I be surprised, I wonder? I've always had high expectations of you.
I doubt I would have been able to come this far if not for everyone's help, though. Still, thanks, Eustace.
This means that all of Class 7 is finally together again, and I couldn't be more overwhelmed with joy. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you so much.
You've been a tremendous part of making this happen. Thank you, Sharon.
I haven't the foggiest idea what Sharon is doing here, but I suppose it doesn't matter right now.
Kann nicht mit.
Eustace?
I've been kept abreast of your activities through the Noble Alliance's information network. So I'm well aware you've been fighting their forces across the land using that ash-colored knight of yours. As well as the fact that you've chosen not to ally yourselves with the Imperial Army, but instead fight as a third faction.
Oh, has word of Valimar been getting around that much?
That said, I didn't arrange for us to meet like this just to see one another again. I did so that I could make the difference between our respective positions crystal clear.
What do you mean?
I see. You have no intention of coming with us, do you?
No.
Huh?
You surely saw this coming. I'm the son of one of the most influential figures in the Noble Alliance. And as I imagine you're already aware, I've been assisting him and his provincial army in fighting this war.
Well, we know, but
Is this what you believe to be your duty as a noble?
Meanwhile, my brother is acting as the Alliance Force's chief of staff, and as for my father, he was responsible for hiring Jaegers to attack Ymir, which is not only your home, but the home of all the kind-hearted people who welcomed me with open arms earlier in the year. I can only apologize. If I'd returned home earlier, then perhaps... No. I don't even have the right to do that much. Yet with that in mind, it should be clear that we can't go back to the way things were. The gulf between us is simply too vast to be filled. Our paths have parted. That is reality.
Eustace, please.
It doesn't have to be like this, Eustace.
I will guarantee you safe passage out of the city. If you deem it necessary, I can even have you escorted out by car. However, once you're out, we can no...
Eustace. I can understand why you feel somewhat responsible for what happened in Ymir. I can understand why you, as an Alberea, feel as though certain things are inherently expected of you. Actually, I should probably tell you that Dad woke up the other day. All that's left is for him to get his stamina back now. He'll make a full recovery.
That's good news. I would have liked to pay him a visit myself. But with circumstances as they are...
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm not telling you that to make you feel guilty. I'm telling you because I don't want that to be your reason for what you're doing.
Pardon?
What I want to know is what you want to do, and the path you want to take. If you want to help your family because you agree with the ideals of the Noble Alliance, I won't stop you. But if that's not what you want to do, if you're only helping because you feel like you have to for whatever reason, if you're doing it because you feel responsible for what happened to my dad, which, by the way, you aren't, or if you're doing it because as much as you want to come with us, you feel like you don't have the right to, then you're nothing more than a coward who's running away. And I don't believe that's how a real Erebonian noble should act. They should do what they believe is right, and do it with pride. If Dad was here now, he'd say the same thing.
It might sound cold, but he's right.
Yeah, this isn't like you at all.
We're only students, still learning more about the world around us. Alone, we don't have the experience or knowledge to go around proposing solutions to the conflicts in this country. Not to the war going on around us, nor to the class divides that started it. But that's alone. And that's why I think we all need to come together as a class again. We're all inexperienced, but we all come from different backgrounds and social standings, and we each have unique experiences to share. It's only by pulling those together that we can overcome whatever life throws at us. It's worked for us during every one of our field studies. Why wouldn't it work now?
He's right, Eustace.
Indeed. Rean had to remind me of that too, you know.
It's always nerve-wracking for those of us who have to watch you pull crazy stunts all the time, I hope you know.
It certainly is.
I see my suspicions were dead on. No matter the circumstances, you've always been the one to blow away my hesitations.
Then you'll come with us?
Still, no matter what you say, I am an Alborea, and as such I have duties and responsibilities to fulfill. If you are determined not to back down, then we will have to settle this with a duel, just as you and Crow did 1 month ago.
A duel?
Follow me, Rean. Our destination is Aurochs Canyon. There we shall settle this matter once and for all.
Was ist, wie eskaliert denn jetzt das, Alter? Ich will bloß wissen, ob ich stark genug bin, gegen die zu anzutreten. Oh oh. Irgendwer schaut von außen zu. Wer zur Hölle bist denn du?
Well, well, I wasn't counting on this. I'd only intended to gather information on the Crimson Wings, and yet here I am, bearing witness to such a compelling scene. I've no duty to report anything I see to Duke Alborea, but I suppose there isn't any harm in watching how things unfold.
Whatever.
Ah, das sind die zwei, ne? Bloß in... Ja gut, sie hat mal normale Kleidung an, anstatt eine Rüstung.
Do what you want. I don't care. I'll just go kill time in town or something.
Oh no, not this time. You're coming with me and that's that. I'm here to support you, not babysit you. You're the one with a number, not me. Try acting like it.
Fine, fine. What a pain. There's a familiar face among them, so this might not be a total waste of time.
Oh, er ist auch ein verdammter Enforcer. Das ist dieses typische, wir treffen alle Charaktere nach und nach, auch die Bösen und die unsere Classmates und was der Geier was nicht erwähnen, alles. Es fehlt dann bloß nur. Wie viel wettet man, dass die uns angreifen und dann taucht irgendwie die Sarah auf oder sowas? Weil sie ist eigentlich die einzige von dem ganzen Haufen, die wo noch fehlen. Zur Hölle hat denn jetzt das Orbelbike her?
Isn't this Angelica's bike?
I thought she entrusted it to you after she withdrew, Rean.
What in the world is it doing here?
I made use of my family's influence to have it brought here from the academy. Since then, it's been left in the hands of a skilled mechanic, so it's been well maintained. You will be riding that for our duel.
You mean our duel will be a race between me on this bike and you on that horse?
Partially. The finish line will be the plateau where we fought that monster during our field study. Once there, we shall begin a sword fight to determine the victor. Whoever arrives first will therefore have the advantage of more time to prepare.
Okay, I understand what we're going to do. So if I win, you're coming with us, right? You're not backing out?
Correct. In the unlikely event that you defeat me, I will concede and go with you. But know this, I've absolutely no intention of holding back. That bike of yours may have the advantage in terms of speed, but I know this area like the back of my hand. Do not expect this to be an easy battle.
Oh, I won't. I'll be coming at you with all I've got.
I would expect no less.
They're way too fired up about this.
We'll have to simply stand aside and see what unfolds.
Right. We'll go and take up places along the course to watch.
In that case, I will signal when to begin. Rest assured, I wouldn't dream of giving either party an unfair advantage.
That works for me. How about you, Eustace?
Very well. Let's begin.
They waved goodbye to Emma and Laura as they went to take position along the course. Rean took a moment to refamiliarize himself with the orbital bike's control as the time came for the race to begin.
Good luck, Rean.
Leave him in the dust!
I won't let you down.
Brake, hold to reverse, adjust direction.
I'm ready, Eustace.
As am I. Now demonstrate to me the strength of your resolve.
All right. Take your positions, please. 3, 2, 1. Begin!
Ah!
Hang in there, Rean!
Hä?
Oh, he's here! Come on, Lammy, let's go after him!
You stay where you are.
Take a left here.
Use this path here.
Everyone's really into this.
Ah, ich hab's geschafft, obwohl ich's voll vergeigt hab.
Yes, I won!
Your performance was admirable, I'll admit.
The advantage is mine, Eustace. Let's settle this once and for all.
No matter. A handicap like this will hardly pose a problem for me. Come at me, Rean!
Let's do this!
Come at me with all you have!
Let's move.
Wie viel Energie hat er eigentlich?
Now's our chance!
No,
Don't
come
let
on.
it pass!
Oh.
Here I go.
Soll ich mich verstärken?
Let's move.
Oh Gott, das dürfte doch jetzt besiegen, oder?
Gather on my blade. Strike!
Fuck, nicht ganz.
I'm just getting started.
Wie der Sack sich halt einfach wieder heilt.
Here I go.
Was war denn das jetzt? Warum dürfen wir mehrfach?
There. Ha!
What? Know your place.
Pressure Sword. Alter.
Let's move. Here I go.
Flame Impact.
Burn to ash. My turn.
Be gone!
Let's move. Ha!
What? This isn't...
Okay, it's safe for now.
Wer ist sicher? Es ist nur ein Duell, Alter.
Looks like I win this one.
I should have expected no less. It's hard to believe how much your swordsmanship has improved in such a short period of time.
Don't sell yourself short, Eustace. If I'd held back even a little, I'd be the one kneeling on the ground right now. Your skills really shone through, both in the race and our duel.
I can't pretend to have held back either. The victory is well and truly yours, Rean.
Rean! Eustace!
Are you both all right?
Hey, guys.
You're already finished?
Well, who won?
The verdict should be plainly obvious.
Yeah, I managed to scrape through. It was pretty close, though.
Was it?
Does that mean you'll come back with us?
I fought with all my might. I performed to the very best of my abilities, holding nothing back. And even then, I couldn't compare to your strength and resolve. With that, I have no more reservations. The path I should take is the same as yours.
About time. And we're happy to have you with us, of course. We'll find the answers we seek together. And together, we'll bring Crow back too.
You can count on me. Starting today, I am a member of Class VII once again. I'll show my father and brother just how I believe one bearing the name Albarea should live.
Ah, the sight of budding male camaraderie. I feel embarrassed just watching you two.
There's nothing to feel embarrassed about. This is just part of how we are as a class.
That's very true.
There are some things you learn only by directly confronting those you care about. I know this much from experience.
Congratulations on reuniting nearly everyone in Class 7. I suppose now is the best time to start thinking about what to do next.
I wouldn't celebrate your paltry victory just yet.
Who was that?
Up there.
Who are they?
One of them is wearing armor.
Oh dear.
Good day to you, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7. I'm afraid I've come to thoroughly put a damper on your reunion. I hope you don't mind.
She knows us?
Just who are you?
Well, at least one among you should already be familiar with me. But it wouldn't hurt to introduce myself for the benefit of the others. I am a lady after all. My name is Duvalli. I'm the head knight of the Stahlritter, an esteemed group led by Ouroboros' 7th Anguis in all her glory. And it is by her order that I have come here today.
You're with Ouroboros?
So the Steel Maiden sent you, did she? Ugh, looks like our luck just ran out.
Might I ask if the Stahlritter is somehow related to the Eisenritter? The name is eerily similar. Even their only difference in name is related, with iron and steel being two metals.
Oh, you're the Arseid, aren't you? Are you curious? I'll bet you are. Well, I'm not going to tell you.
Pardon?
Does it bug you? Does it? Your curiosity is going to build and eat away at you until you can't even sleep at night. Sucks to be you.
Is she really with Ouroboros?
I'm not quite that curious. I wouldn't want to pressure you into discussing something you aren't comfortable sharing.
Hold on a minute. There's no point in pretending you don't care. I know full well you do.
She doesn't act like it, but there's no doubting she's extremely powerful.
Indeed, she may not be an enforcer, but not for lack of skill. Although the power of the man beside her is even more frightening.
Leaving that aside for the moment, I've already introduced myself. It's only proper for you to do... Ugh! Why are you still up there? Get down here right this instant!
What do you need me for? You can handle him just fine yourself.
Oh, Oh, for goodness sake! You're supposed to be number 1. Would it kill you to even put the tiniest bit of effort into your job?
Number 1?
Oh, scheiße.
Then he's an enforcer just like Sharon and Phantom Thief B. Indeed. I happen to be number 9. An enforcer's number is not in any way indicative of their combat prowess. But by coincidence, his may actually be so. He's easily among the strongest in Ouroboros. Perhaps even the strongest.
Never tried fighting steel to see which one of us gets the top spot, though. That race before was kind of fun to watch, so let's see what you got.
McBurn, Alter, was für ein Name.
The name's McBurn. Some call me the almighty conflagration. And talk is cheap. I hate conversations that just drag on and on. So let's skip to the good part, okay?
The power radiating from him is incredible.
What are those flames?
Shall we begin? My swift swordsmanship was taught to me by my illustrious lord, the Steel Maiden. And you haven't a chance in hell of withstanding it.
I've gone to the trouble of coming down here. Do me a favor and try lasting a minute before you call it quits.
Your arrogance will be your undoing.
Give them everything you've got. Of course!
Oh, wir sind so am Arsch, Alter.
Don't die too easy.
Oh mein, ich komm gleich dran.
Draw your weapons.
Okay, das geht eigentlich. Alter.
My turn.
Du kleine Bitch, ey. Mal schauen, was das reinzieht. Oh, fuck.
May I?
Erstens, ich kann die besiegen. Und zweitens hat die 52.800 Energiepunkte. Die kann ich wahrscheinlich platt machen, aber er... Holy shit.
This will take...
I'll handle this.
Wir müssen hier weg.
Leave this to me.
Boah. Nein, ihr greift beide sie an, du Arsch. Hä?
I'll handle this.
Ah, die kann nicht moven. Noble Command. Alle? Ne, bloß in dem Bereich. Shit. Treasure Sword.
Know your place.
Ja, Freeze geht natürlich auch nicht.
This could be an issue.
Das gibt nur 3. Aber sie können wenigstens den nächsten Angriff überleben. Sag ich ja.
With pleasure. This will...
Let's move.
Ah, wir sind so am Arsch, Alter. Warte mal.
There! Ha! Come on. Now's our chance. Ready, Sharon?
Of course!
Come on. What?
Ja, dachte ich mir fast. Wir müssen die Dinger einsetzen, weil sonst habe ich ein Problem. Sonst sind die weg.
I wasn't strong enough.
May I?
I suppose I should thank you.
Flame of Judgment.
My turn. Sorry.
Come on, Lammy!
S-Break.
Come on.
Wenn wir sie wegkriegen.
How are you still standing?
Scheiße. Ich wusste es eigentlich.
This isn't.
Very well. If you would,
I'll take it from here.
Come on.
Hallo? Scheiße, wie oft kommen denn die dran?
Righto! Here up! Not to worry.
Ach, die können es gar nicht performen, ne? Shit, 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 shit.
Here I go!
Okay, ich tausche mal gegen die Alicia aus.
Sorry for the trouble. I'll handle this. How no...
You can.
Ah, der macht halt einfach mal einen
Very
Crit,
well.
ne? Warte mal, aber jetzt können wir sie austauschen.
If you
Gegen
would.
Rean.
I've got this.
Und dann Overdrive.
Overdrive!
You have my thanks.
I can do this.
You have my thanks.
Let's move. Come on.
Seid ihr zu blöd zum
Leave this
Treffen?
to me.
Let's move.
I suppose I should thank you.
Right.
Alter, laufen wir hier weg.
You can.
No problem. Arcus.
Onward.
My turn. Come on.
Sie ist down.
This is impossible.
Very well.
Okay. Jetzt können wir mal hier anfangen zu kämpfen. Alter.
I can do this. Let
My turn.
Leave this to me.
Nee, Arts and Passion. Alter!
no.
Turn to ash.
Erlaubt!
Sorry, everyone.
Ah, okay, das war Absicht. Alter, ich
wasn't
dachte jetzt schon,
strong enough.
willst du mich verarschen? Aber wir haben sie down bekommen. Increased by 3, weil wir wenigstens einen runtergebracht haben.
Man, is that really what you call everything you got?
Entschuldigung, ich muss was
Can't
trinken.
be happening.
How can they be so strong?
I've never fought anyone so strong in my life. Not by a long shot.
I didn't expect we would have a chance against him head on.
We were able to knock that knight down at least.
Ugh! I can't believe I lost to mere students. And of course, one of them had to be an Arsaid. This is so humiliating!
Oh, give me a break. Were you even trying? I thought you beat Louve once. Hard to believe with that sorry sight of a fight.
I did. Granted, he won the other 99 or so battles. And I was! I simply slipped, that's all!
Hmm? Interesting. You mixed by any chance? What are you talking about? Nothing. If you haven't noticed yourself, I'm not gonna be the one to tell you. If you haven't, it's probably not much anyway.
Huh? What do you...
Anyway, I'm out of here. You can take care of handing him over to the Duke.
You can't possibly be serious! You won't help even a teensy bit? It's a little much to handle all by myself.
Nah, I'm tired of this already. Maybe if one of them could seriously give me a run for my Mira, I'd consider it, but...
One run for your Mira coming right up.
Huh? It couldn't be.
Ja, ich wusste.
She finally made it.
Huh?
Where did that come from?
Nice.
Looks like I was right to hurry. I wasn't expecting to find you fighting monsters of this caliber.
Your instructor, Sarah?
Sorry for the wait. But don't you worry your pretty little heads none. Now that I'm here, I won't let them lay a finger on you. How could I call myself your homeroom teacher if I did?
Thanks.
You're the Purple Lightning, aren't you?
Huh. Hey, I've heard of you.
Oh, yeah, nice timing!
We aren't dreaming, are we?
Was this your doing, Eustace?
I used a secret channel to contact her. She was to be our insurance if things took a turn for the worse.
Really?
I'm delighted to see that you're well, Lady Sarah.
Thanks, I guess. Still, looks like you've been fighting some of your old pals for the sake of my kids. And I can give credit where it's due. Thanks.
Ugh. Do you seriously want to keep fighting? Surely you don't believe you'll win because you're an A-rank bracer.
You ask me, this is more like it. Not like there are any towns nearby I can burn down, so maybe it's time I stopped holding back.
Stay away from him.
Those are just like...
Hold on a moment! I know I said I wanted help, but I'd rather you didn't set me on fire in the process.
What the devil are you doing up there?
The hell?
That sounds like...
Isn't that Duke Albarea?
Father? Arno?
Lord Eustace.
Eustace, what is the meaning of this? You dare to leave a letter like that and simply disappear? Have you gone mad?
Letter?
Hey, Duke, you mind staying out of this? I was getting all fired up there before you came and ruined everything.
Silence! This has nothing to do with you. I will not stand for behavior like this, Eustace. You will do as I say. Your selfish actions will smear mud on the good Albarea name. Is that what you want?
My intentions are as I outlined in the contents of that letter. I intend to walk my own path with my classmates at my side. I have no wish to dirty the Albarea name. On the contrary, I wish to find for myself how I should live as one who bears it.
Eustace.
What is this drivel? I always knew what a mistake it was to accept you into this family. Come forth, Knights of Kreuzen!
Die haben 9 dabei. Ist das ein Artillerieboy?
Oh boy, here comes trouble.
These must be the soldats from Oryx Fort.
I don't recognize that one either.
It must be a new model.
Hector, Heavy Armored Soldat.
Yeah, there goes any interest I had left. Have a blast. See ya.
Must you always be so indifferent?
Warum können die Pelder von Erebonia sich eigentlich alle porten?
Rean!
Right.
Looks like it's your turn to shine. Are you gonna call Valley?
No matter the results, we can't turn back. Take care, Master Rean.
Heed my call.
Valimar, the Ashen Knight! Acknowledged.
An ash-colored knight? Huh. So that's the foul fiend that caused trouble for the soldiers from the Twin Dragons Bridge.
Oh, so that's the Ashen Knight?
The very same great knight that fought near Trista at that.
And I can sense even more mana coming from it now than I could then.
Its form is most impressive.
Go forth, my knights! With them in our custody, the top spot in the Alliance is as good as mine. Show them the terrifying strength of the newest addition to our army!
Yes, Your Grace.
Hey, das hätten sie noch 2 Spiegel oder dann, ne? Anstatt normale.
That one looks tough. Heavily armored, too. But I'm sure Valimar can take it.
Right! Let's do this! I'm counting on you, Valimar! Understood.
Use your links well.
Kann ich das Ding eigentlich auch angreifen? Ernsthaft? Okay, das läuft wie beim anderen. Okay, der zieht aber auch 5 ab. Blast Arrow restores 20 CP. Ah, ich wollte eigentlich hinüber switchen. Bin falsch gedrückt.
I can do this.
Wir machen doch mit dem weiter. Hä?
This is bad.
Warum gardet er jetzt das Zeug? Razor Cannon?
Right.
Du hast 1000 EP.
Allow me.
Ja, dann ist es der Kopf, oder? Hä? Heavy Charge.
I can do this.
Morning Moon Lustro Slash.
Gotcha! Now! Gotcha!
Great! This is bad.
Can't guard counter.
Fall! Let's go! Gotcha!
Hey, warte mal, wieso hat er wieder so viel Energie?
No problem.
Jetzt steht er doch wieder normal dort, oder? Scheinbar nicht. Er ist dann als nächstes wieder dran.
Let's go! My sword!
Right. Allow me.
Bring it on! Gotcha! Let's go! Gotcha!
Right.
Ich weiß nicht, wo ich nun angreifen soll.
That's it.
So, der Cannons 15.000, der geht ja. So, brenn dann weg.
You're not out yet. Keep going. Come on, Rean.
Leave it to me!
Go! Sunlight Blade!
Curse you!
Hätte ich gleich vor Anfang machen sollen.
That was a tough one.
Die Alicia hat einfach die stärksten Angriffe damit.
This can't be happening. How could our new soldat be defeated?
Damn you.
Das sind noch 2.
You think he's ready, Celine?
He should be. Rean!
Give us a hand, Emma! We're going to open the spirit path!
Right.
A transportation spell?
Time to make our escape.
Wait! Eustace! You can't leave like this! I won't allow it!
Farewell for now, Father. Please give my regards to Rufus as well. It is my dearest wish that you won't repeat the mistake you made with Ymir a second time. Arno, might I ask you to return the horse I borrowed to the mansion?
As you wish, Lord Eustace.
Wait! Wait, I say! That is an order, Eustace!
Ich hätte zwar gerne noch die anderen 2 Spiegel da weggehauen, aber okay. Lots of Class 7 phones I left Baraya had, but even with all of the finally together, their feelings remained mixed. The reunion itself was a reason for joy, and yet each of them was left with a nasty sense of foreboding at the forefront of their minds. They were face to face with the Alliance leading generals as well as a newer, more powerful kind of soldier. That, along with the realization of just how powerful Ouroboros enforcers could be, left them with happiness and fear in equal measure. Guided by Valimar, they made their way back to Ymir. Ja, das ist eben das Problem. Jetzt hast du eigentlich genau die Hauptfiguren alle kennenlernen dürfen. Wir haben zuerst gegen fies alte Zephyr-Fuzis gekämpft. Dann gegen die 2 von Ouroboros und dann nochmal die anderen 2. Sorry for overworking you like that, Valimar. That is not a concern. With every battle that is overcome, my overproportional efficiency increase. This is a sign that you, too, are growing my awakener. Me? I will return to a state of inactivity should you require me. You need only to call my name. Haha, looks like he fell asleep. Should let him rest for a while. Jesus. Are you sure you're okay with leaving things that way? With your dad, I mean? I made my decision. I have no regrets. And now that I've made it, I intend to always look forward, not backwards. That's a great way to look at it, chooses. If you're feeling lonely, you know you can find comfort in my arms. I'm neither lonely nor in need to your company, thank you very much. Why, you've all matured so much since I last saw you. Couldn't be prouder, they've all gone through so much to come this far. So it seems. What's that? Ah, the old bike is mit transportiert worden. Was it transported here along with us? Well, it was very close by. It must have been drawn into the spirit path. Ganz zufällig, ganz zufällig. Juices and Sarah joins the party. Rean and Juices can overdrive. Rean and Sarah can use overdrive. With Rean acting as a medium, Tobal and Sarah can also use overdrive. The number of overdrive icons in battle has increased to 2. Allow you to have save up a second overdrive for later to use. These can be used immediately one after another, too, allowing for new strategy possibilities. Alter, wie geil. Das hat mir vorhin in den Arsch gerettet. Overdrive machen für Heilung und Wiederbeleben und alles und CP aufbrauchen und los ging's. Ein bisschen kleine Hundehütte für so einen fetten Hund.
Welcome home, Rean. I see you were able to find the rest of your classmates.
Yeah, this is everyone.
It sure wasn't easy. I'm just glad we made it back at all. It's nice that we found everybody, though.
Indeed.
Regardless, we wouldn't have been able to make it here if not for you all coming to find us. Thank you.
And naturally, that goes for you too, Celine.
Yeah, whatever. It's good to see you guys again.
The winds must have been on your side. It sounds like there was some trouble along the way, but you came back, and that's all that matters. I can't say I'm surprised to find you're in good health, though. Ill weeds grow apace, after all.
I could say the same about you. Given how useless you are at anything you can't learn from a book, part of me expected we would next meet with you behind bars. Again.
It hasn't even been 30 damn seconds and I already want to kill you.
While I'd expected you to come back with your classmates, I didn't think you'd come back with Sarah, too. Not that anything had ever happened to you, of all people.
Thanks, I guess.
It certainly has gotten lively around here.
It sure has. You're looking a lot better, Dad.
I'm still a ways from being back to my old self, but I'm finding it a lot easier to walk around. Toval and Captain Claire have kindly been handling both the village's security and correspondence with the other regions, which means I can focus on my health.
We're not doing anything special, really.
We're just glad that you've been getting better.
That's not true at all. You've done so much for us, I don't even know where to begin thanking you. And Rean, I want you to know that we're both so proud of what you've accomplished. It couldn't have been easy coming this far, but you did it. You should hold your head high.
Thanks, Mom. Oh, I wouldn't have been able to do any of it alone. It was only possible because everyone was with me.
Well, I think we've been standing out here long enough. I've had rooms prepared for you all at the Phoenix Wing, so go ahead and rest there.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that where we stayed during our last visit?
That's the one. I imagine you must all be exhausted after all that's transpired in the past few days.
The open-air bath's finally been repaired too. If you get the chance, you should enjoy a nice, relaxing bath after all your hard work.
Ja, das ist auch Zeit, wann dass alle zusammen wieder da sind. Meine Fresse. Continue. Thus I left for the Phoenix Wing to recover from these exhaustions that had built up over the past few days. Thanks to the manager's kindness, they had the building largely to themselves, so they enjoyed a relaxing dinner and soak in the springs. And after agreeing that they wouldn't discuss what to do next the following afternoon, they returned to their rooms to sleep. Ah, jetzt kommt die Szene, wo ich in YouTube ein bisschen gespoilert wurde. Ein bisschen, nur ein Bild. It's so peaceful tonight. Everyone's probably fast asleep by now. We all spend our times apart in different ways, always different things in our minds. But now we're finally back together as a class. It wasn't easy getting this far, but we have one less thing to worry about now. And I owe it all to Elise' support and encouragement. Thanks to her that I've been able to make it this far. Hang in there, Elise. I bring you and Princess and Alphen back safely, I promise. And when I do, I'll be sure to thank you again for giving me all I need to come as far as I have. We still have to sit down and discuss what we're going to do from here on out too. Can we even figure something like that out by tomorrow? I've got to bring at least some ideas to the table, but what? Happy we're together again, but we've got a lot to decide about our future, and it's something we need to decide as a team. Everyone's had their own challenges to face and problems to conquer, but each of them faced what they were given head on. We ended up apart, but no one lost hope. Instead, everyone tried to make the best out of the circumstances they were dealt. I was thinking back in our reunions, I think the one who left the strongest impression was... Hä? Ach so, kann ich mir jetzt aussuchen? I think it would have to be Alicia. Blamed herself more than anyone about how we parted ways in Trista. I could see how worried she was for me. For now I'm sure she was worried about her mother and the Reinford company. But she's still putting everyone else first, just like she always does. She did all she could to bring us together again. I wish I could be like her. Wish I could be that strong.
Rean, are you there?
Ah, okay, damit suche ich mir also aus, wer kommt.
Elisa! I didn't think anyone else would come here so late at night. Sorry, I'll get out now.
There's no need to shout. I actually already knew that you were here. I'd asked the manager beforehand. So I thought now might be a good time to talk with you.
Pardon?
Wie sich immer erst wieder erinnern muss. Was? Unangenehm, das noch.
There's really nothing like a warm bath on a cold winter's day. Gazing up at the night sky, feeling the warmth of the spring coursing through your whole body. This is such bliss.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's my favorite time of year to relax in the springs too. But both of us bathing in here together is really, really not a good idea. Doesn't it bother you even a little? The two of us here alone feels kind of... I don't know.
Trottel.
What's the big deal? I'm covered up, aren't I? I'd appreciate it if you didn't stare so hard, though. I might have managed to pluck up the courage to come in here, but it's still kind of embarrassing.
Well... I wasn't doing it on purpose. Sorry. But what made you need to pluck up the courage to come in here to begin with? You said you wanted to talk. Anything in particular?
Well, I just wanted to thank you.
Thank me? Thank me for what? I don't feel like I've done anything that warrants being thanked.
You have, though. And for everything, really. I wanted to thank you for surviving all this time so that we could meet again. And I wanted to thank you for coming all the way to Nord to get me. Maybe we can't be here with Crow, but because of you, the rest of us are back together again.
Because of me? That's not true. Besides, it was only because of you guys that I was able to do anything at all.
I knew you'd say that. Still, I feel like Class 7 is what it is because you're at its center. We had faith that you get back up on your feet and fight, and it's because you followed through that we've come this far. I'm not the only one who feels that way either. So, thank you, Rean. Oh, come on! Knock it off with the laughing! It wasn't easy to come here and say all of this, you know.
I'm sorry. I wasn't laughing at you. It just finally hit home that everything Elise said was true. I had no idea that everyone was thinking of me as much as they were, or that so many people were looking out for me. It just made me realize all over again how blind I've been all this time. So I couldn't help but laugh at myself.
Well, I can accept that. And now that you know, I don't want you to ever forget it. We've been through so much together, Rean. We have a bond so strong, nothing can ever break it.
Don't worry. I won't forget. And now that Class 7 is together again, I'm sure we'll be able to go back to the academy one day. As long as we don't give up, I know we can make that a reality. So, let's give it everything we've got.
Of course.
Was, das war jetzt alles? Willst du mich verarschen? Oh, ich habe jetzt da... Ich habe jetzt mehr... keine Ahnung, was ich erwartet habe, aber... Wie nennen wir es am besten? Mehr Geflirte erwartet? Außer dieses Danke und bla bla. Oh Mann. Damn it. Ja gut, dass sie sich jetzt nicht an ihn ranschmeißt, war mir natürlich klar, aber ihr wisst schon, ich meine, ein bisschen mehr rumflirten, keine Ahnung. Okay, die waren halbnackt im Bad gehockt, aber trotzdem. Okay, our meeting in the Phoenix Wings Cafeteria is until this afternoon, which means I've got plenty of time to figure out what we can do beforehand. And help to ask about what's a -2. Sounds like a plan. Laura, Emma, Juice and Sarah have 2 bonding events, each that can by feud instead of 1. Hä? After viewing the first bonding event will allow you to view the second. Jetzt hat jeder eins, oder was? Außer der andere. Wie viel habe ich? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alter. Warte mal, wer hat jetzt alles was? Laura, Juices und die Sarah, also die, wo jetzt dazugekommen sind, ne? Und die Emma. Ich bin gerade überfordert. Aber die machen wir dann das nächste Mal. Oder ich mag sie später. Ich weiß es noch nicht. Mal schauen, was die Sucht wieder macht. Ich habe gestern früh angefangen, Alter. Ich habe fucking gestern früh angefangen und bin schon wieder bei 18 Stunden fast. Captain Sucht ist wieder unterwegs. Ja, an der Stelle danke fürs Zuschauen. Ich hoffe, wir sehen uns dann wieder in der nächsten Folge von Trace of Cold Steel 2. Macht's gut und Servus.